A month ago, I made the decision to dye my hair back to its natural color. Personally, I'm devastated by this decision. I love this hair, this silver unicorn hair that I've always wanted since I was a little girl. I've had to stop dyeing it for several reasons. One is I cannot afford it. I've never been able to afford it, to be honest. But now that I'm taking responsibility for my finances and getting myself out of debt, it's like I can't justify it anymore. The other reason is I feel my most beautiful self in this hair. And while that sounds great, what it really means is I feel ugly in my natural hair color. If I'm to go into debt over something, I want it to be something that supports me. To continually refortify that belief that I'm not beautiful with my natural hair, and to not only do that, but also to be going into debt over that idea is kind of absurd, and it doesn't make any sense with the way that I'm trying to live my life now. This is a radical change for me, but I've had a lot of realizations over the past few months, and so if you're interested, you can keep watching. I've got some thoughts on it, and so I figure why not share. It may be really dramatic, but it's a big deal for me, so I want to document it and explain why for my own sake. Growing up, I was really into fantasy novels, and if you wanted to have characters that stood out, you have to give them standout features. It's like common practice. So if you're a white character, anything other than brown eyes and brown hair is typically used. She's not like other girls. She's got black hair and blue eyes, or blonde hair and green eyes. And if she has brown hair, she's got blue eyes. And so I just felt like, okay, so brown hair, brown eyes, that's a deformity. Because being common is a deformity in my eyes. It's fucking true. It's dramatic as shit, I know, but I was a little girl when I formed this little structure. And I honestly didn't know that I continued to carry this structure with me until I was getting groceries and my credit card declined because it was maxed out. And so I finally had to look at my finances and come to terms with, hey, you can't afford this hair anymore. And the stubborn resistance that I got at the idea of stopping to dye it was just like, wow, you really still believe that brown-haired Nixia is Quasimodo? Really? You still believe that? And it's like, yeah. The last 4 years of my life have been tragic. And I think the hair color helped me cover up how broken I was. And it made me feel beautiful, because if I could at least look what I thought was beautiful, then if I could at least look what I thought was beautiful, then maybe I could feel beautiful. And I needed something to get me as close as I could to that feeling, because with everything that was going on in my life, I couldn't get there on my own. So that's why I don't regret it, because it was something. And as vain as I am, that something was necessary. Now that I've gone through all of that, It's just to continue doing it, to, cover up the real me with this, it's beautiful, but it's not, it's kind of a lie. And I just feel like it's a complete dishonor to who I was, the version of me that went through all of that suffering. Because the fact that I still, despite everything, work so hard to see the good in the world, despite having very little evidence that that mentality is going to pay off for me, that is so much more beautiful than my appearance. And I want to celebrate that. Will I ever dye my hair again? I'm not leaving this earth until I get my dark cherry red hair with my long nails, hoop earrings, and thinly penciled in eyebrows. It's a vision that needs to be seen through. But until I stop these thoughts, that's like, you will never be this hot again. You're hottest with this hair. It's absurd. It's really absurd. And I don't want to have those thoughts anymore. Not only do I not want to have those thoughts, every time I dye my hair, I'm purchasing, like, yes, let's continue having those thoughts that I need this hair color to be beautiful. And I don't have the money for that. I literally don't even have the money to be buying that. I'm hurting myself financially and making it harder to fall asleep every night because I don't know how I'm going to pay for my existence. Like, living in poverty and continuing to think badly of myself. It doesn't make sense. So but the only way to change that is through action. I can't just be thinking these things and be aware that that's bad. I have to sit in my natural state, who I really am, and just feel beautiful and not rely on stupid symbols to tell me, to dictate how I get to feel. I'm past that. Don't care how nostalgic the outdated beliefs are. Like, fuck nostalgia. I'm growing up. I don't need that anymore in my life. I'm too mature for that now. I've been through too much to be thinking like that. I like squatting. I am going to miss the power of this hair. I'm gonna miss the way clothes look on me. I mean, like it's not gonna look like that with my brown hair. It's not the same. I'm really gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss walking into a bar and turning heads and watching men run away from me because they're so intimidated. I'm gonna miss that. Could I finally learn how to wear makeup, take this hair, go to a fancy New York hotel bar, and just sit and wait for some rich man to fall in love with me? Absolutely, I could do that. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to marry a rich man. That's not me. I don't care about attracting the attention of strangers. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't affect my life. Yeah, it's validating in the moment, but then the moment's gone and it's like, I'm just me with my feelings and my life. People's making a good first impression, it's this transient power. It means nothing. It means nothing compared to building something and being someone that I'm proud of and that I get to feel, someone that is in control of their feelings, and it's not based off of what anyone else thinks. And that means being okay with the way that I am and making a habit of that, and not convincing myself that I need all of these things in order to feel a certain way, placing conditions on my ability to feel beautiful and awesome and happy. And so I gotta go do that now. I gotta start doing that now and feeling good today. I'm gonna end with a Naruto parable. There's a reason that when Sakura had to escape the Zaku Abumi and she cut her hair off, she didn't grow it back. Looking hot means jack shit when you're living the life of a ninja. And you have to be a warrior for shit that matters. Thank you, son. I gotta go dye my hair brown. Fuck!